Gunfire and explosions have been heard here and in the second city of Kharkiv.
Russian troops have reportedly taken full control of
Vladimir Putin announced the move in an unscheduled TV address. He said
that Russia would bring in troops. He told Ukrainian troops to lay down arms and go home. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the largest invasion of a neighboring country in Europe since World War II.
Who in the Lord's name does Putin think gives him the right to declare?
Russia's invasion of Ukraine could have economic repercussions globally and in the United States, ramping up uncertainty, roiling commodity markets, and potentially pushing up inflation as gas and food prices rise around the world. Nothing is for sure, but we bring you the latest of what's happening at the borders. Watch till the end as we uncover how the USA is still a financial winner after Russia. But before that, hello and welcome to MoneyIQ. Join our channel by hitting subscribe and clicking the bell icon to be updated on our new uploads. The world's leading private equity firm suggests the US the ultimate safe haven play. According to Blackstone's Joseph Zittel, it's largely insulated from the Russia-Ukraine war fallout. The US is an island of growth, the firm's chief investment strategist told CNBC's Fast Money on Thursday. The US is one of the only major economies in the world that has this cushion of $6 trillion in the stimulus. Zittel notes the vast benefits are in the household and corporate balance sheets. It means the US has this tremendous cushion for growth as the rest of the world faces these headwinds, said Zittel. Russia is a major producer of oil and natural gas, and the geopolitical conflict has sent prices of both sharply higher in the recent weeks. It is also the world's largest wheat exporter and is a major food supplier to Europe. The United States imports relatively little directly from Russia, but a commodities crunch caused by a conflict could have knock-on effects that at least temporarily drive up prices for raw materials and finished goods when much of the world, including the United States, is experiencing rapid inflation. Global unrest could also spook American consumers, prompting them to cut back on spending and other economic activity. If the slowdown were to become severe, it could make it harder for the Federal Reserve, which is planning to raise interest rates in March, to decide how quickly and how aggressively to increase borrowing costs. Central bankers noted in minutes from their most recent meeting that geopolitical risks could cause increases in global energy prices or exacerbate global supply shortages, but also that they were a risk to the outlook for growth. The magnitude of the potential economic fallout is unclear, but a foreign conflict could further delay a return to normalcy after 2 years in which the coronavirus pandemic has buffeted both the global and US economies. American consumers are already contending with quickly rising prices, businesses are trying to navigate roiled supply chains, and people report feeling pessimistic about their financial outlooks despite strong economic growth. It's one of the top reasons why Zittel is a long-term bull on housing, a group that has gotten swept up in the selling. The SPDR S&P House Builders ETF, which tracks the industry, is off 21% so far this year. Personal income has gone up more than the increase in the mortgage rates, he noted. It's important to consider the strong labor markets and rising wages. And historically, housing ends up being more correlated to labor than it is the mortgage rates. The level of economic uncertainty is going to rise, which is going to be negative for households and firms, said Maurice Obstfeld, a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics. He noted that the effect would be felt most acutely in Europe and to a lesser degree in the United States. The rising prices of gas and fertilizer, as well as droughts and adverse weathers in some regions like the Dakotas, had already helped to push up the global price of wheat and other commodities. Ukraine is also a significant producer of barley and vegetable oil, which goes into many packaged foods. Households are sitting on cash stockpiles and probably could afford higher prices at the pump, but climbing energy costs are likely to make consumers unhappy when prices overall are already climbing and economic sentiment has swooned. The hit would be easily absorbed, but it would make consumers even more miserable, and we have to assume that a war in Europe would depress confidence directly too. Ian Shepherdson at Pantheon Macroeconomics wrote in a February 15th note. Another risk to American economic activity may be underrated, Mr. Obstfeld said, the threat of cyber attack. Russia could respond to sanctions from the United States with digital retaliation. roiling digital life at a time when the internet has become central to economic existence. The Russians are the best in the world at this, he said, and we don't know the extent to which they have borrowed into our systems. A cheeky like and subscription will be very much appreciated if you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time right here on the Money IQ. Bye-bye.